I come in? Good afternoon, sir. Thank you, sir.
Can you introduce yourself?
Sir, I'm Shilpi Anand. I'm born and brought up in Patna. I'm very enthusiastic, hardworking, and determined girl. Coming back to my education, I have done my schooling from St. Anne's High School. Then I did my honors in geography from Patna Women's College, and then I completed my post-graduation in geography from Patna University. My hobbies include painting, and since then I'm preparing for civil services.
Okay. So you have been a student of geography throughout graduation, post-graduation, and also in civil services also you have geography as a.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you tell me what is a census town?
Sorry, sir. I'm not able to recall it now. I will read about it.
What is a metropolitan city?
Sir, a metropolitan city in which the population is more than 25 lakhs.
25 lakhs. Okay. This is the only criteria?
No, sir. I mean, even the activities that include that mostly are non-agricultural activities, and they combined 3 to 4 more areas surrounding them.
You are a student of geography. Can you tell me how you define an urban area?
Sir, an urban area is defined by few criteria. Firstly, includes the population. I mean, in most of the times, population is more than 5,000. And also, the 75% of the population is engaged in non-agricultural activities. And
Third parameter is the density.
yes, sir, the density. So I'm not able to recall.
This is also a census town. You are defining actually a census town. And this is urban area. Okay. Can you tell me why Kosi is called the curse in Bihar?
So the Kosi River is the main cause for the floods in Bihar, and its very shifting course is a problem in Bihar and the drainage basin is a very large of Kosi, and also it coming from the Himalayan regions, it brings about a lot of silt with itself. So that is the main cause of floods in Bihar.
Have you any idea that the government is taking any steps to tame river Kosi?
So I feel government have taken issues, but I'm not able to recall that.
Any project associated with Kosi river?
Sorry, sir. No.
Can you tell me from which district this river Kosi enters into Bihar?
So Kosi enters from, I forgot, sir.
And where it emits into the river Ganga?
So I feel it meets Ganga near Katihar.
Katina. Can you tell me the place where it meets?
No, sir, I'm not able to tell that.
Tell me some of the rivers that have its origin in Nepal and that drains into Bihar.
So the rivers like Gandak,
Okay.
Bagmati,
Okay.
and Kosi are the main rivers that originate from Nepal and drains in Bihar.
Okay. And also there is a concept in geography. There are different types of farming.
Yes, sir.
So what is shifting cultivation?
So shifting cultivation, in that cultivation, a particular patch of land is cleared, and then cultivation is done for a particular period of time, and then the cultivation is moved for another patch of land.
Is it a good practice?
So it has its own merits and demerits.
What are the merits and what are its demerits?
So since in shifting cultivation, a process called slash and burn is used, so that rejuvenates the soil and it makes it more fertile. And if we see about the demerits, it makes land fallow for more period of time.
What is the local name for shifting cultivation in Bihar and Jharkhand?
So it's jhum cultivation.
What is zero tillage?
So a zero tillage is a practice of farming in which no manures, fertilizers of chemical fertilizers are used, and the land is left. With the weeds and other land is covered with such tills.
What is tilling
So tilling is
What is TT?
so it's digging of the upper layer of the soil.
So what does zero TTs means?
I mean, no tilling process is carried out. Apparently, the soil is left openly.
And what is this terrace farming?
The terrace farming is mostly practiced on hilly areas and areas with slopes, and the slopes are cutted into terrace-like structures, and then farming is carried out.
Where is Ramnagar Dune?
So Ramnagar?
Have you heard of Ramnagar Dune or Dune?
No, sir, I'm not able to recall
Have
that.
you heard of Haraha Valley in Bihar?
Sorry, sir.
What is the highest peak in Bihar?
The highest peak in Bihar is in the Someshwar Hills, that is located in West Champaran.
Can you tell me its height?
No, sir, I'm not able to tell that.
And can you tell me some of the minerals that are produced in Bihar?
So minerals include mica, bauxite, pyrites, limestone, etc. are found in Bihar.
Which district has the highest production of mica in Bihar?
So I feel it's Bhagalpur.
Bhagalpur?
Sorry, sir, it's Gaya.
Gaya, mica in Gaya. And pyrite?
So, so I'm not able to recall that.
Which one of the minerals Bihar has the highest production?
Sorry, sir.
There is a mineral in which Bihar produces the highest. Bihar is the highest producer in that mineral. Can you tell me any mineral?
No, sir. I guess it's quartzite.
No. It's pyrite.
Yes.
Okay. And now, from where you have your graduation?
So I've completed my graduation from Patna Women's College.
When this Patna Women's College was established?
It was established in 1949.
1949. Any other women's college in Patna?
No, sir, I'm not able.
You are not aware of the other women's college in Patna?
Women's College, sir. It's Magad Mahila.
Okay.
And Ganga Devi College is there. And right now I'm able to recall these only.
Okay. Have you heard of a place in Bihar called Maner?
Yes, sir.
Why it is famous?
Sir, it is famous for it's religiously famous for one Maner Sharif.
Sufficient.
Yes, a Sufi son.
And another product also from Maner which is very famous.
So I feel it's laddu one.
Yeah, laddu. Okay. Can you tell me one food grains that got GI tag in Bihar?
Yes, it's Katarni chawal that got GI tagged from Bihar.
Okay. Shilpi, have you any idea why Katarni is named so? What is the meaning of Katarni?
No, sir.
Okay, you have done your graduation from Patna Women's College and
Yeah.
then post-graduation from
Patna.
Mahila College.
No, sir, from Patna University.
From Patna University, from the university course. Okay. What makes Patna Women's College different from other colleges of Bihar or Patna University?
So first of all, for women's, it was the first college that was established in Bihar. And secondly, it's also attached with the polyistic camel.
Okay.
And even its location in the center of Patna makes it more accessible. And that's
Anything regarding administrative point of view in which administration of a university, where a university governs administration of a particular college. In that light, is Patna Women's College different from other colleges of Patna University?
Yes, sir, because recently Patna Women's College became an autonomous college and it has its own administration right now.
Okay, it is a minority autonomous body falling under Patna University. Okay. Okay. Shilpi, what is renewable energy?
So it's a renewable energy that comes from the source that can regenerate itself.
Okay, and how it is different from conventional sources of energy?
So right now the conventional sources include the fossil fuels we are using,
Okay,
and the renewable energy comes from those non-conventional that are not quite in practice,
okay,
like solar energy, wind energy, geothermal energy, etc.
okay,
So that makes it different from the conventional source of energy.
okay. And what is the biggest drawback of conventional form of energy?
So the biggest drawback of conventional energy includes its contribution towards the global warming.
Okay, tell me something about geothermal energy. When, on which spots we can trap those form of energies?
So geothermal energy that is driven from the beneath the surface of Earth, and basically when the plates collide in that area, um, the energy that is released through the cracks and ventures and fractures, we can tap those energies.
Okay, geothermal energy, as in India, as seen in the context of India, has got much challenges to become a popular source of renewable energy. What are those challenges?
So first of all, most of the places lie in the seismic zones. That makes it tough for building this infrastructure to tap the geothermal energies.
Okay, anything more you want to add?
No, sir.
Okay, what is climate change?
Climate change refers to the difference in the weather phenomena for a particular time period.
Changes in weather
Phenomena from the existing climatic conditions of that area.
Okay, how you can say that yes, climate change is happening in Indian context?
So in Indian context, we can see the desertification areas. I mean, we can see the desert-like conditions in the northern India, where the drainage basin is quite developed, and flash floods include and torrential rain in the western part of India can be the reason for the climate change.
Okay, you talked about desertification. What is desertification?
I mean, in the climate change, the arid. I mean, the climate change into arid climate, and that leads. I mean, the vegetation and the fertility of the soil gets reduced. Even the climatic conditions becomes arid and semi-arid.
So can what we can decipher from desertification? Desertification can be said as extension of deserts or desert areas.
Yes, sir, definitely. The extension of deserts can be deciphered as desertification.
Then what is land degradation?
So land degradation is not confined to a particular like deserts or fertile lands like. So land degradation is the degradation in the quality of the land, like in the mineral components contained that make it fit for the agriculture and cultivation of different crops.
Okay, I read somewhere that if proper actions and policy are not taken at right time, Punjab will be converted into a desert in coming years. Do you agree?
Yes, sir, I agree.
How?
Sir, with the advent of Green Revolution, the areas in Punjab and associated areas, they have exploited the groundwater excessively. And also with the use of chemical fertilizers, they have made the land unfit for further cultivation. And also the practice of monocropping, like cropping of rice and wheat, have made the soil unfertile and for further more crops. So that can lead to the desertification of the Punjab.
Okay. Have you heard about the sponge city concept? What is this?
No, sir, I'm not able to recall that.
No problem. What is a wetland?
So the land which contains moisture is called wetland.
Anything more? There is a definition of wetland.
Yes, sir, there is, but I'm not able to recall that.
So, according to you, a moist land is a wetland. Okay. Okay. And which is the largest delta of the world?
The Sundarban Delta is the largest delta in the world.
Okay. And which kind of vegetation or which kind of forest would you find in the Sundarban area?
So the mangrove forests are found.
What is mangrove?
So the mangrove are a particular kind of vegetation that is found in the delta regions. I mean, half of their stems are submerged into the water for all through the years.
Then how do they survive?
So because they have a special structure in their stems, I mean nematodes is that helps in the existence of that plant.
Pneumatophores.
I mean,
Is it pneumatophores? You said nematodes.
oh, sorry sir, I forgot the term.
So which is right? Is it pneumatophores or nematodes?
The nematodes is there that are the ventricles present in that stem that lets for the respiration of that plant in the saline water.
Okay, can you name some of the mangrove vegetation plants?
Like the sundari trees is there,
Okay.
and other I am not able to recall that.
Any other mangrove plants you are not able to recollect right now? Okay. What is aging of lakes?
Sir, can I guess? I'm not quite.
You want to make a guess?
Yes.
Okay.
So the aging of lakes, I mean the deposition of the further silt makes the lakes shallow, and the water present in the lakes dries up.
Okay. Have you heard the term red tides?
Yes, sir.
What is red tides?
So red tides happens because of the alga, and due to the pigment of that alga, these tides are termed as red tides.
Okay. In which areas of world would we find more frequent red tides happening?
So in Gulf of Khambat in the western part of India, even in China, some red tides have.
Which areas are more prevalent around the world?
No, sir, I'm not able to guess.
Okay. Have you heard the term eutrophication?
Yes, sir.
What is this?
So eutrophication refers to the discharge of the nutrients coming from the land into lakes and other water bodies.
Okay. And what is the result of this phenomenon?
So due to the excess discharge of nutrients, the process of alga and the photosynthetic process in them covers the upper layer of the lakes, and that creates hurdle for the sunlight reaching to the bottom of the lake, and hence the the life below they get dead. I mean those the habitat below that surface, they die out of less penetration of isolation. I mean insolation. Sorry.
So can this phenomena be attributed to aging of lakes?
Yes, sir, definitely this can attribute it for aging of lakes.
Okay. Tell me something about WTO. When it came into being?
Sir, World Trade Organization, they came, I mean before that GATT, I mean when GATT was renamed as WTO, and I think,
Which year?
so I'm not able to recall that year.
Not able to remember. Okay.
Shilpi, how will you apply your knowledge of geography in administration?
Sir, since geography is a very integrated disciplinary, it carries on various components like population, local resources, and so by using these knowledges, an optimum plan can be developed. So I think geography can help me in this.
Okay. Are you aware about Prakram Divas?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Sir, it is to mark the birth anniversary of our Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose.
Okay. Can you tell me something important about Subhash Chandra Bose?
I mean, he was a freedom fighter for the Indian national movement, and he led the formation of the Indian National Army, and he created awareness among the masses for the Indian national movement, and
Okay. being a student of geography, can you tell me which continent Subhash Chandra Bose traveled
Sorry,
in his
sir.
lifetime?
Sir.
Being a student of geography, can you tell me the continents Subhash Chandra Bose traveled during his lifetime?
So he traveled Asia and then Europe, and then that's only.
Okay. And what was his route?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. I will give you a statement. Give me blood, I will give you freedom. What do you understand by this statement?
So according to this statement, I mean, this is
What do you understand by this statement?
I mean, for freedom, if you get martyred, then it doesn't matter. I mean, if one is dying for the independence, that can change life of the further generations.
Okay. You have opted Bihar Forest Service before Bihar Police Service. Why?
So it's Bihar Financial Service.
For financial service
Financial.
before Bihar Police Service. Why?
No, sir. Actually, it was. I mean, I had to fill the preference, so I just filled, and I think every services has its own challenges and benefits, so I filled that.
Okay. And what are the challenges associated with Bihar Administrative Services?
So the challenges like infrastructure and corruption and low utilization of resources.
Okay. Are you aware about Askai Chief? Askai Chief.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you tell me the Indian states bound that part of the country, that part of China? Is it part of China or India?
It's a part of China right now.
Or India?
I mean, it's debated still. I mean,
What is LAC?
it's a line of actual control. I mean, and there are two type of border, like line of control and line of actual control, and it's the ceasefire a zone between India and China.
It's not a ceasefire line. It's one of the agreed
Okay.
line. It's not a ceasefire line. LOC is a ceasefire line. Okay. What is McMahon line?
Sir, it is the boundary between India and China.
And what is Durand line?
Sir, it is the boundary between India and Afghanistan.
India and Afghanistan or Pakistan and Afghanistan?
So it is a very narrow zone that touches even India, around 107
No,
kilometer.
no, no. It's between Pakistan and Afghanistan. Previously it was. Okay, thank you.
Okay, one last question, Shilpi. There is a country called Seychelles.
Yes, sir.
Where it is?
It is located in Indian Ocean.
Okay.
I mean, in the northwestern part of Indian Ocean.
Northwestern part of
Indian Ocean.
Where is the capital of Seychelles?
I'm sorry, I don't know the
Who is
capital.
the president of Seychelles?
No, sir.
I don't know. He has roots in Bihar. Can you name them?
No, sir.
Well, Ram Klavan. Okay. Thank you for the interview. Is over.
Thank you, sir.